here we are. And welcome to some racquetball. But not really. Just gonna have this up in the background, kind of get my thoughts out. For some reason, that's something that helps me. So, yeah. Sometimes I definitely lock in a little bit too hard, you know? I have trouble with that whole focus thing. I'll be grinding some racquetball and I'll be like really locked into that, have trouble talking, or I'm sure at some point I'll get really locked into whatever the hell I'm talking about, and then that happens, right? Oh god. Yeah. I am really tired today. Did some mulching this morning with my fiance. Watched up the garden and shit. So I'm working on my flip resets. As you can see, I'm pretty goated. I'm really struggling with these to get these consistent. Like some days I get on and I'll just go like back to back to back, and the hardest part is the flip. Today, I'm struggling to even get the reset. My aerial control's looking pretty ass, so... Well, look at that, man. And honestly, that's part of why I'm recording this video today, too. It's like, I want to play Rocket League. I really do. I'm playing so terrible. Exhausted, I think, from all wood chipping and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I know that I want to do something with YouTube, right? And I just really have been thinking about it and struggling to find really what I want to do, because I play so many freaking games. And I've just kind of been thinking lately, like maybe games don't have to be the main focus, if that makes sense. Like, oh my god. I think Leafy? I want to say Leafy. I do the old CSGO like surfing videos and stuff, and I'm like, maybe I can give that a try. I can't surf. I was very mediocre at b-hopping in Counter-Strike, but what I have are some also mediocre flip resets for y'all, so you can enjoy. Hopefully it doesn't make you sick. Maybe I'll switch it up, do some flicks, do some pop the ball around. I don't know, you know, we'll see how it goes, whatever I'm feeling. And just kind of talk whatever I'm feeling, you know. Very, very impromptu video. I normally like to have them pretty structured, pretty solid, know what I'm doing. But I guess right now all I know is that I want to play Rocket League. And air out some thoughts, I guess. I've been clogging my brain up. I haven't really posted it in a while, and I'm still honestly not sure if I'm even going to be posting this on my main channel. Yeah, I'm gonna say main channel, but it's, you know, I've had this name McFizzly for over 10 years now, since I started gaming. That's my gaming origin story, is McFizzly. Picking this on Xbox 360 as my very first gamer tag. And man, I had some crazy names, but McFizzly was the first. And you know, once FaZe got big, Modern Warfare 2, you know, I'm a gamer. I used to edit, you know, very poorly. But that's not the point. So like when FaZe was big and whatnot, I had my own clan. We're the Intense clan. I think I was Intense Joker. Good Sin. That was pretty clean. Sin Horizon. I like that one. You know, I don't know what that was. Like Mexican Ninja. Funkmaster Flex was one of them. I don't even know who that is. I'm pretty sure it's a DJ, but like, and not even a good one either. I just was like, yeah, it sounds cool. Kind of like McFizzly, you know? So it actually was McFizzy. And I guess as I've kind of grown. The name has grown too to become McFizzly. But yeah, so after all that plan hoopla, Xbox One came out, and I eventually just changed my name back. Yo, McFizzy. And I'm very forgetful, and I forget what accounts I've signed up for and whatnot. So whenever I make new stuff now, if there's a McFizzy taken, I'm going with McFizzly. You know, I still have my McFizzy YouTube channel up. If you want to see how far I've come, man, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough, and honestly, it was rougher. And I'm sad that I ended up deleting a bunch of old videos for that channel. I've got 2 old channels. Just like going back looking at the videos, seeing a piece of me, a piece of my history. You know, I didn't really appreciate it at the time, but looking back on it, definitely do. And that lack of appreciation shows. Where I deleted so many of those videos, man. I regret. No way of recovering them. But it is what it is. It's just, it is reality, right? And I guess that's that point right there. Reality, and just having to accept that. The big thing I've learned this year, and it's kind of my reason for even recording this video. And I wasn't too sure what to get in, but I think it was a good segue to acceptance. I think that's a really great lesson in life. And so I haven't really posted in a while, and I know I was doing Dark Souls stuff, and I still love Dark Souls, man. So, you know, don't count me out yet. I might do another playthrough here or there. But for now, this is, I think, the style of video I want going forward. I still love those edits, the cinematics, the Head of a Store. That's still going to be my main video, I think, maybe. I don't know, we'll see, on my channel. But acceptance, man. So just a little bit about me. Tried this whole YouTube thing off and on my whole freaking life. My whole life, but like late middle school, I used to get into cheesy editing, and I say, like, when YouTube first came out and people do like those like cool gun edits and stuff, I would have like Nerf battles and I would have Nerf battles with my brother or, you know, friends from school, and we just like, I'd try and edit little like very cheesy gun flashes and things like that. And eventually that turned into Modern Warfare 2 montages and stuff like that. And then that led to my most recent interest on YouTube was Dark Souls, and just a couple of those cinematic edits, which honestly I felt like they were really well put together. I was really proud of it and impressed by it, how it came out, and I loved the reaction. A lot of support for that. And then I kind of disappeared. And then that's really when life hit. That's really when depression. That's really when grief just fucking just came out. Big dick, just, you know. We gotta cut that out. But life really smacked me on the forehead, man. It hit hard. And I was just in it, you know. And I was just in it. And now I'm not, so here I am, you know, and I wanna speak on that a little bit. And I think the biggest thing to help me is acceptance. That's been a huge piece. So I think it's only fit that I guess that'd be the first thing I talk about in this video. And just accepting reality, accepting what is, accepting what isn't, accepting you and yourself. So when I started this journey, you know, I didn't really plan on starting this journey. Just It just happened. I was working for a big corp. I guarantee you've heard of them. I won't name them. They're huge, multi-trillion-dollar company, I'm sure at this point. If not, pretty damn close to a trillion-dollar corp. And just worked to death, working in their data centers. I loved the work. I loved troubleshooting, solving problems, and stuff like that, you know. And I got too locked into the game. It was cool, and you know, did a lot of work that was rewarding for myself, but I didn't really recognize it that way at the time, and I really needed validation from others, and I just wasn't really receiving it at work, you know. And I say this all the time, like, this is the one thing, you know, this is when my depression all started, this is what started it all. Really, it was a lot of things. So being burnt the fuck out working for corporate America, you know, I was just tired of fucking making pennies while I'm moving multi-$100,000 racks, moving millions of dollars in a day for this company and their data centers, and it just fucking killed me inside. It's not very rewarding work. I wasn't seeing the customers, and one thing I've learned about myself throughout this journey is that I love helping others, and I just wasn't seeing that. It didn't feel like I was helping anybody, anything, and that's really one of the only things that I know about myself after all this time, like 2 years. I'm really passionate about it, is just helping others. And it's I'm a catch-22 because I'm a very, very quiet introvert, and kind of funny. Like, I've always been somebody who's like, man, I fucking hate people, but I love helping people, and it's like I really don't hate people. It's just I fucking hate the shitty people, and there's a lot of that in the corporate world, right? I don't want to get too much into that, and I can make a video talking about that. But that's one of the things. That's one of the things that catapulted me into my depression. The next thing is I lost my great grandmother, and it's just really fucking hard, you know. Yeah, just even thinking about it right now, me tear up a little bit because it's just fucking hard thinking about that. You know, so it might get a little deep, it might get a little emotional, you know. If you're not ready for that, I got it, you know. Maybe click off the video. I would love to have you here to listen, but, you know, if you're not in that mindset, that's where this is going. But yeah, so I lost my great-grandmother, and I lost a lot of people in my life after that. I feel like that was sort of my awakening, you know. Frontal lobe developed as another thing. Seeing my life for what it was and seeing myself, and I just didn't like the person that I was, and I looked around and there wasn't a lot to like about life, you know. And I was just down. And I'm like, I've done, you know, I've lived the whole life for who, you know? I'm just doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing the whole time. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm not happy at all. I'm fucking miserable, dude. I'm 24 and this is fucking awful. You know, excuse my language. I know I do Christian. Yeah, 26 now. I've worked out a lot. Worked through a lot, I should say. And I'm here. And yeah, so I've lost a lot of people throughout that journey. Going into my depression, there were definitely people in there that I expected to be here when I came out. Who are not here, right? And that hurt too. That was a whole nother layer to the depression. Because there's levels to that shit, you know. I'm not depressed about the same thing for 2 years. There's levels to that shit, man, you know. So it's like once you're in it, you're like, fuck, now I'm depressed because I'm depressed. And then it's like, man, I'm depressed because where the fuck are all the people who said that they would be here, you know? And, you know, why do I have to grieve alone? I'm not the only person that knew that my great-grandmother, you know? Beautiful woman. And, you know, and like my grandmother is, I'm actively grieving. My grandmother's on a vacation in Ireland. It's her mother, by the way. She's sending us pictures while we're at the funeral. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here, you know? Like, and then I talked to her on the phone, and she doesn't acknowledge it at all. It's just weird, man. And more stuff like that. Yeah, use the voice crack. Like that. That happens to me. I got a deep voice, man. I have deep voice problems, I guess. I don't know. Everybody laughs at me for that. Yeah, my voice just cracked. And then, you know, I'd talk on my phone with my grandmother, and it's like, just hateful shit, you know, and talking about my great-grandmother, and I'm like, look, man, whatever beef, because they didn't talk for like 20 years, and I get it. Whatever beef y'all had was your beef. Let it rest with her, you know, especially while I'm fucking grieving, because I know you clearly don't give a shit, but fuck, I do, man, and that crushed me. The little stuff like that just really had me assessing all the toxic relationships in my life, and lots of reading and you know, impactful people like Albert Einstein. He's a dog. One of my favorite quotes from him is, you know, what is the problem? And he's like, if I had an hour to think about the problem and solve it, I'd spend 55 minutes, or, you know, something like, I don't know. You give me an hour to solve this problem. I'm gonna spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem, and I'm gonna spend 5 minutes solving it. And that really allowed me to shift my entire mindset. Honestly, it was a phenomenal piece of advice, and I think that was honestly necessary for my healing journey. So going through lots of childhood trauma and neglect and things like that. So it's really it was, there's so many layers. Stutter, right? But there's so many layers to the madness, and it really did feel like madness. It really did. Very lonely, very intense madness at times, and I looked at games, and I looked for drugs, and I smoke weed, and I don't, you know, I'm not here condoning it. I don't know. You know, it's just a fact. It's something I did. I think that there's healthy ways to do it. I wasn't, you know, it wasn't healthy. It was every day, all the time. Just because I was ignoring reality. I had yet to accept reality. I had yet to accept the circumstances. I had yet to accept that, yeah, my parents, they weren't great. They weren't really around, and I don't really know that I ever felt loved. One of the hardest things with my great-grandmother was the last time I saw her. She was apparently in pretty rough condition, in a pretty rough mental state for a while, and I hadn't seen her in a couple years, COVID and whatnot, and that's, again, more shit that I beat myself up on, and not seeing her enough, and you know, just seeing her when I finally did go to see her in the nursing home, man, just that look she gave me, and just unfiltered, pure fucking joy and happiness. Like, she got like her world lit up. And it just brings tears to my eyes when she saw me, and you know, and for a while I looked at that, and I remembered that moment. Just like that was another layer to it. Tore me up, man, because it was just like, fuck, I do not deserve that. Like, and remember, I said I was feeling bad because I, you know, hadn't seen her as much as I would like. And that fucking tore me up. I'm like, I was the biggest piece of shit grandson, you know, like I did not enjoy that happiness, and you know, and it was a beautiful moment. It was, and that's what I've come to realize, is that that moment was something that I had yet to discover. It was something that was her last little lesson in life. Oh man, I've never realized that. So I've realized this much, that that was unconditional love, and that was the first time that I'd ever felt that. There were no conditions placed on that, you know. It wasn't something that I didn't deserve. It was something that was missing from my life, you know. Let me drink some water. All right, gotta lock in, hold it together here. But you know, and that was something I've come to see as beautiful. And I've only just now realized that was her parting gift, or truly her last lesson in life to me. That fuck yeah, I am worthy of that shit. And she knows how much I saw her, you know, and she didn't care. She was just happy that I was there, and it's fucking beautiful. Yeah, so acceptance leads you to beautiful things like that, you know? Where you just accept. And I was missing that unconditional love from my life, and it started from within, right? I didn't love myself. I had very low self-esteem, very low confidence. I still do. I still struggle with it. But fuck it, man. You know, that energy, that hate, you know, manifest, like when you manifest that hate and the energy that, I don't know how to fucking say that, the energy it manifests, the hate it manifests, whatever the fuck it is, you get what I'm saying, man. That hate, it's not worth it. And you're the only one carrying that. The only one carrying that. And big Tame Impala fan. And one of his songs is, I forget what song it is. I'll try to look it up in the description. But one of the lines is, "The only one judging you is yourself." Fuck yeah, man. Like, so chill out. Life's serious, you know. It can be. It's not that serious. Stay in your lane. Focus on your burden. What burden is yours to carry, and roll with it, you know. And that's part of acceptance. Understanding what you got, understanding where you are, what's the problem. And, you know, fixing it's easy once you understand what the hell you got to work on. You know what you need to do. I know what I need to do. Post this goddamn video. You know, stop bullshit. Been like 2 years at least. So yeah, and it's not like things changed overnight. Like I said, it's been 2 years, 2 very long years. Things do get better. Things do look up. And you know, going back to a lot of people that aren't here right now to sharing this with me, but you know, I want to share this with you guys. I want to share this with someone. Kind of like the last little parting gift I have for you guys in this video, that I've realized, just for any quiet, any introverted people out there like myself. You know, I had teachers that would always say, "Man, you are the quietest kid I have ever had." And you know, a lot of these teachers have been teaching for years, and that statement used to really get under my skin. You know, if you're quiet, you understand. Like, you hate that. Why don't you talk as much as us, or whatever? You know, fuck you, because that's why. You know, no, but it's like, if you just saying that makes me shut down. But if you just take the chance to listen, you know, and that's the thing. It's nobody wants to fucking listen. I know I sound serious and hateful and whatnot, but yeah, it's all lighthearted. I don't. Just listen, slow down, listen, and for all you quiet folks out there, dude, do your thing, and fuck the haters, you know. That's for everybody, but the quiet people specifically. I know for a while I've kind of carried most of my story with me, and this is my way of really getting that out in the world. And I've always thought most of my life that I just, didn't have a whole lot to say, and it turns out I do. I have way too much to say. I have a lot to say, right? I'm well calculated. I like to think about what I say before I do it. So this whole video is against my very nature. And that's kind of my point here. Is just accept you. Fuck all the haters, dude. If you don't have shit to say, fuck, man. You know, like you can't demand shit out of you. And that's where your self-confidence, your self-worth comes in. Is you're chilling. So do your thing. And like I said, I used to think I didn't have a whole lot to say, but really, I had a lot to say and just nobody to share it with. So the point of that is just find your people. Find your people. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Acceptance is huge, man. Acceptance. But yeah, so that's just very bare bones what I've been going through, and I like to talk a little bit more about it coming up. More videos. So if you guys like this freestyle kind of content with Rocket League, where me doing just whatever, my mechs. Excuse me, my mechs are just they're so basic. There's nothing crazy going on here. If you play Rocket League, but anybody who's like diamond and lower, cool. I mean, I'm only diamond myself, so like diamond is probably average, but so maybe, if you like the mechs, cool. If not, let me know. What would you guys like to see? Do some Dark Souls bosses or something, something stupid. Why not? I don't care. I like gaming. I'll do it to whatever. But if you guys like this, I could definitely keep this. See my improvement. Both in gameplay and as my Rocket League. No, that's gameplay. My Rocket League skills, as well as my commentary skills and editing and whatnot. So I think it'd be cool. Either way it goes, whatever you guys are feeling. If you guys liked it, let me know. And yeah, if you're out there, you're struggling, and you're battling, that shit's fucking hard, man. I get it. The moral of the story is you're not alone. And if you resonate with any of this stuff that I've said, I really hope it helps. And I feel for you. I feel for your hurt. I feel for your pain. Even if it feels like nobody in your life does. Just, I get it, So if there's anything you want to share, I'm here to listen. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely was tough sharing. And, yeah, just, if you like this, again, just let me know. I'm rambling now, but, let me know if you guys have any suggestions, comments, what you think on the video, what you think on the content. I know it's a little sad, a little low, but that's where I've been. I've been a little sad, a little low, and I've learned a lot. And so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to share what I know and share what helped me, share some things I tried that maybe didn't work and whatnot, and help out as many people as I can. I've been closed off from the world for long enough, and if there's one person that sees this and I've helped them, then mission accomplished. And I know I'm rambling, but here, one last thing, one last final word. I promise. September, I think it was 2024. I don't think it was 2023. Suicide Boys, they came to DC. I'm in the area-ish. That was a close enough drive. And that concert was healing, man, which is crazy, right? Suicide Boys, I'm depressed, like, crazy asshole. What are you doing going to Suicide Boys concert, right? But if you don't know their music, I can see you saying that. But it was just healing, and at one of the moments, I don't even know which one of them it was, to be honest. Like, I don't follow them like that. I like their music. I don't need to know their life story, right? But in that moment, they shared their life story, and one of the things they said was just that they have come from the bottom, right? They've come from abso-fucking-lutely nothing. And that line really fucking resonated. They're just, like, hey, and they ended it all with hey, if anybody, if I help one person, mission accomplished, right? That's where I stole that from. That's what made me think of this, because that was truly beautiful, and it made me think, and it just crushed me. Again, there's so many of these things that I've gone through to get me out of my depression were things that fucking gutted completely, took my words away, and just I couldn't do anything but ball, and not rocket ball, but and it just gutted me, and it just made me think of the absolute nothing that I came from. Any Puerto Ricans here watching, they see this flag, and I've been telling people my whole life I'm Puerto Rican, man, but it wasn't until that moment where I realized the baggage that just being able to say I'm Puerto Rican carries, so much generational hurt and trauma that just gets passed on and stuff. So that it really, I felt seen and heard and saw a part of myself that I hadn't seen in a long time, and that, I know I said it earlier, but that was one of those moments that started it all. No, but that acceptance, it really was a moment that I hadn't accepted yet, and it was just that next thing I needed to work through. So yeah, just again, I say that not to be like, yeah, my story sucks, because I really haven't told you much about my story. The point of all this is, I've been through some shit. I know you've been through some shit. But it's alright. If you haven't heard that, I'm here to tell you. It's alright. And it gets better. And if you're struggling, I'm here. And I've never really had that. And, firm believer in the golden rule, and I think to have that, you gotta be that, right? So I've never had that support system. I've never had somebody give a shit about me, really, in the way that, and support me in the way that I needed. Yeah, I'm here for you. And you're away. You're not alone. I've seen some shit. Been through some shit. Yeah, much love. Thanks for listening.